Right, he's back. Kevin Kisslinger. Actually, he never left. He's been a fixture here, as you can probably tell. Like, look at this, and then compare it to our first video. So, Kevin Kisslinger is Director of Instruction for GolfTec, and been part of the Kevin Project. And I'm fortunate enough to sit with him today. So, what were you? So prior to you coming in and saying, "Hey, I got to get fit," what were you struggling with before you started working with us?
Yeah, I mean, I think one way to explain it is my golf game sucks.
I know, imagine that. Here's a golf pro.
I was losing distance rapidly, getting fatigued by end of rounds, and I think there was a tipping point on late fall where we were playing with all our Wisconsin coaches for GolfTec, and they're bombing at 30, 40 yards past me, and I'm on the 16th hole, and it's a par 4, and there's a little ravine 20 feet in front of it, and I topped the ball into the ravine. I was that fatigued, my body wouldn't do what my mind was telling it to do.
Yeah.
I'd get tired, and kind of on that tee box, it was when something's got to change.
Yeah.
You know, I still beat the guys, but
yeah,
it was embarrassing to be that short, and that's when I knew I had to change.
Yeah.
So.
And you did.
I did. Yeah.
You did. So you got started working with us, with Tyrese specifically, and when you started, what was so early on, or maybe late into the game? What was an aha moment, or what were the aha moments?
Every day is an aha moment, but I think there's probably a couple that stand out. Was even before, just with muscle activations with you.
Yeah.
With learning how to breathe and what it can do to how it makes you feel better. You know.
Yep.
That something that's unique. You know, can actually have that big of an effect. The first couple workouts were big aha moments, just in the fact that I knew everything that I was doing would help my golf game. Right?
It clicked.
I just thought it was so well, planned out that it's going to help my strength, my mobility, my stability, and I knew from day one that I would be better at golf doing it. I've been a cardio guy. I've lost weight before, but it's always been cardio, and this is, well, we don't call it golf specific. It's really golf specific.
Yeah.
But the biggest one, and it's a strange aha moment, is 3-4 weeks in, maybe 6 weeks in, I've had bad shoulders for many, many years, and we got into heavier weights and some different exercises, and I just tore that thing up. Right? And I have such little muscle around it, and they're so bad that I've had pain before. But the aha moment is that realizing how smart the mind is to make me not move at all, to not hurt that. And I realized then that's why I hit the ball so short, because I've developed this golf swing to be pain-free.
Right.
Right. But that pain-free is why I was getting worse and not hitting the golf ball far.
Yeah.
But we stuck through it, and we kind of rehabbed as we worked out, built up all the muscles around it, and now it's great. But that was kind of so interesting that me preventing any injury to that shoulder or damaging or hurting it is why my golf swing was getting worse.
Yeah, our bodies will have a strong demand to protect ourselves, so we compensate. Mm-hmm. And sometimes that compensation either wears other things out or it puts a ceiling on productivity or force production or whatever you want to call it. So, cool. What are some of the specific results that you've seen?
Body-wise, 40 pounds down, 38 to 40 pounds down.
Did you say 40 pounds down?
I've hit 40. I had a boys' golf trip, so I'm waiting for that to come back down.
Yeah.
But
awesome.
Squeezed into size 38s beforehand.
Yeah.
Down certain manufacturers, 34, or mainly 34s.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. Golf-wise, 2 to 3 clubs longer.
Wow.
So when I used to hit 7-iron and hit 9-iron, I just went on that golf trip, and the guys I play with, I'm usually 10 yards farther with, maybe 15 at most with the driver, and it was 50, 60 yards longer than them. So
That feels kind of good.
I'm hitting driver, gap wedge, driver sand wedge, and they're out there with driver and 5-irons. And so they say I have to play the back tees now when I play with them.
That's awesome.
It's about 15 miles an hour club head speed increase.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I can get my leverage. I can get my arms up now because of my shoulder. I can move my body and put rotation and more force through. So no fatigue. I can play all day.
You've turned back the clock.
Yeah. I don't know if I ever.
When was the last time you played? You were hitting this well.
I've had my moments.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I'm probably longer than I've ever been.
Nice.
So it's more than turning back the clock. I don't think I've ever hit it as far as I have.
Beautiful. Beautiful. So what's the type of person that you would recommend would benefit from working with us?
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I mean, the obvious answer is anyone. But I teach a lot of the students that you work with. And obviously when a student comes in, you ask them how they're doing, right? It's usually the first thing you say, right? And it's a real similarity between the guys and gals that come in here to work out, and that answer is great when I ask them. And if it's enthusiastic, I'm doing great, right? And it's almost contagious. It's almost like it makes you feel better.
Yeah.
That's how much energy there is with them. Where really the standard average answer of a lot of my students, I'm okay. So the first person I think that would benefit would be anyone that wants to feel great, right?
Yeah.
Because it really does, the programs you do, the breathing that you do, it does make you feel great. The second person, anyone that wants to get better at what they do, golf, any sport really, or even work, if you want to hit the golf ball farther, you're going to do that from being here. If you want to have more stamina throughout the round, if you want to be able to do the things you want in your golf swing, massive benefit from being in here.
Yeah.
So those would be the two biggest ones. Anyone that feels great, or anyone that wants to do what they do better, would be people that really benefit.
Yeah, life is better when you're fit.
Yeah.
And it's all relative, but I think sometimes people don't. It seems obvious, like anybody that wants to feel better, that wants to feel great, but actually, do they believe there's another gear? Because if you've given up and there is no more gear, and this is as great as it gets, we're here to say like it gets better, and you can always improve.
Always get better. I think a lot of people, the human brain is so good of telling ourselves, I'm fine, I'm okay.
Right.
Right? You get used to it, you get in the comfort zone, and then you don't believe you have the time or the energy to change, right? But you can get better.
Yeah. And
you got to work, but it's something you look forward to. It's going to make you feel better, and it just becomes a little addiction on its own.
It permeates into all aspects of your life. I mean, from relationships to fatherhood to golf to entertainment to just doing life. So thanks for, I really appreciate you taking the time, and I appreciate your effort.
Yeah, thank you for what you've done. So.
You bet. That's